I'm Jesse. I'd like to talk to you about high fructose corn syrup. Did you know that it's in about 82% about everything that we use that has sweeteners in it? Did you know that it's even in vegetables now? How the hell did it get in vegetables? It's injected in certain things to preserve them. Did you know that you can inject meat and preserve it on a shelf at room temperature, stored in a Ziploc or a can or a canister or something that's sealed for up to 12 years? Did you think about that? Did you ever look at the sodium content as well that's also introduced in there? That's where you get hypertension. That's where you get diabetes. That's where you get bad heart rates. That's where you get cholesterol poisoning, and that's where everything starts. By the way that we eat because it's convenient. Well, let me tell you how this all started. High fructose corn syrup was created in 1957, but it really wasn't used until several years later. To be exact, 1965. Remember the sugar embargo with the Cuban Missile Crisis and all that stuff going on with Kennedy when he was president? Well, he was fixing it, but he couldn't fix everything. And not the next president and the next president, even the president today could not have fixed that situation. It's just a moment in time that happened. It's part of our history. That's what goes down and that's how we live. High fructose corn syrup made its way up that little open door that we were thought that we were going to lose all the sugar in the world. It's not just grown in Cuba. Think about it. It's grown all around the world. But what we found was sugar costs this much and high fructose corn syrup cost this much. So what we did was we traded for convenience, for easy options of, hey, it's expensive to buy sugar and less expensive to buy high fructose corn syrup. The one thing that we did was we traded off the long term versus the short term. And everybody knows long term is where you want to be versus short term, because if you live long enough, you're going to get there. Hello? So, now that we have childhood diabetes, out of control Medicare, people that can't even think about things, adult depression, that all comes from high fructose corn syrup. Did you know that? Well, it does. And guess what? We've all been hit with it because it's in everything we use. Remember, convenience sometimes is not good for the long term, it's good for the short term. And profit for the government is always in their field of making more money for them, cutting you short on the longer side. Wheat was never clinically tested until now. You've got 50 years of medical history that's showing you what it's done. Now, I'm not saying we can change the world, but the next time you drink a soda, read that can, unless you purposely read that can before and it says with the throwback. Now certain companies are starting to use the throwback. We're going to use sugar. That's not the answer either. Read the label, pay attention, because you can become one of those medical situations yourself. Fortunately, if you're paying attention, you'll live long, happy, and have a great life. But high fructose corn syrup, remember, read the label of the food that you may be nibbling on now or the thing you're going to eat. I guarantee it's in 84% of everything you buy or it's in your house. Until next time, and that high fructose corn syrup, think about what you're doing for the long term. Can't go backwards, we can only go forward. Have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon.